What's going on, my fellow A-plusers? Welcome back once again to a brand new episode. It is I, your host, as always, Adam Perez, certainly coming through with a brand new video for you guys today, ladies and gentlemen. As we're going to be getting into some WandaVision talk today, we wind up having ourselves a brand new trailer. Our first official trailer for WandaVision actually went ahead and dropped this past weekend for you guys. So if you missed out on that, please go ahead and do yourselves a favor and check out this WandaVision trailer when you get that moment. We actually talked a little bit about WandaVision this past weekend on APlus Hero Report. I believe this trailer was actually dropped after we wind up going live and actually wrapping up the show. So we didn't get the opportunity to talk about the WandaVision trailer on APlus Hero Report this past weekend, which again, you guys, if you are not familiar, we do have a weekly live show called APlus Hero Report where we break down Marvel news, DC news, and big things in regards to television and movies. We really wrap up the news of the week every Sunday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. So we did miss out on WandaVision, but one of the topics that we talked about in regards to WandaVision was the idea that it's good to see that Marvel is at least back in the news, right? It feels like things have been really dominated by DC with a lot of the Marvel movies being postponed due to COVID. We know a lot of their Disney Plus television shows were in the process of at least filming, and then until unfortunately the pandemic hit and had to really halt production on a lot of the upcoming Disney Plus MCU television shows. But one of the shows that actually did make it out unscathed, that actually wrapped production before things really hit the fan here in the States, is WandaVision. Wanda successfully put its season together, went through post-production just fine, and now we've officially had our very first look at the WandaVision trailer for the upcoming Disney Plus series. Now, they haven't given us an exact date on its release, but considering the fact that Disney did release a promo saying coming in 2020, WandaVision was in fact announced on that trailer as well, or that promotion, I should say. So right now, the speculation is going to be December of 2021 for WandaVision. So I'm super eager to certainly see what this series is going to be about. If anything, this has been my most anticipated Disney Plus series that they certainly have, just because of the ramifications of what this could mean, not only for the Scarlet Witch character, but really the MCU as a whole. So I'm really looking forward to this. So to get the opportunity to see the trailer for the first time either yesterday or a Sunday really got me excited for certainly what Marvel certainly has up their sleeve. Just watching the trailer alone, guys, I can tell you it feels bonkers. It feels like it's going to be very much all over the place. Really, I'm assuming a deep dive into Wanda's mindset, if you will, after all the events that wind up happening in Infinity War, along with Endgame as well, the passing of Vision. It doesn't seem as though Wanda is handling things quite well. So, you know, that's really what my expectation has been going into this. And so while they have been really tight-lipped on things, one of the things that they have talked about is just how off the walls it's going to be. And the one thing that I loved about this trailer is that it did not hold back whatsoever. It definitely showcased to you that this is visually going to be rather stunning. The storytelling is going to be rather incredible, something rather unique, unlike anything that we've ever seen on Disney Plus or in the MCU in general. So, you know, when you get the opportunity to tap into a character like Wanda and Scarlet Witch, who has the ability to, you know, bend minds and change and warp reality, if you will, the possibilities are certainly endless, and we get the opportunity to see that here in this trailer as well. Two things that jump out at me here. One, I love the fact that this trailer lives up to what we've heard about. The idea that a portion of this show is going to be very sitcom heavy. If you look at this trailer here, I mean, it opens up with the classic 4:3 or 3:4 sort of frame from old classic televisions. The very like I Love Lucy type of themes going on, the black and white setting of old style sort of sitcoms, if you will. You've got the laugh track from the audience members that are supposed to be there as well. So I really love just the way that they're going about this. You know, why Wanda decides to go ahead and pick something like that particular world. Maybe it's because of, who knows, the classic sort of nuclear family, if you will, or maybe just the idea of her having a family with Vision and kind of inspired this sort of timely classic, if you will, of going back in time for a sitcom like this. So I love the idea that not only are we getting the sitcom element of things, but it's still very much a cinematic aspect to the series, right? I mean, it definitely is going to have a big budget sort of movie feel to that as well, and we get to see that perfectly established in here also, that when things start going a little bit, I don't want to say a little bit crazy, but when things start really showcasing that maybe they aren't what people expected them to be, then we start seeing really the transitions to other time periods when it comes to sitcoms, right? A color starting to be added. I feel like there's some like either Full House sets in here or like Who's the Boss sets in here, really just kind of going through a mirage of different time periods of sitcoms and what your traditional family is certainly supposed to look like. And considering the fact that I feel like Wanda wanted to certainly have that family with Vision, it definitely makes all the sense in the world maybe why she's enveloped herself sort of in that mind frame of these family sitcoms, if you will. But aside from the sitcom aspect, there's even a great scene in here of what was it, Teyonah Parris, I believe is her name, the actress that's supposed to be playing Monica Rambeau. Teyonah Parris, as she's being sort of pulled out of this reality, or whatever the case may be, this bubble or border, or whatever the case may be. She's being pulled out of it, and it immediately kind of goes into a very like cinematic aspect of things where you get to see a brand new agency. I don't know if that's a shield or not. I heard some speculation that it could in fact be maybe the agency Sword also. So we'll see who those people are, but you definitely get the idea of cinematic aspect and sitcom all at the same time. We also get the opportunity to see in here Elizabeth Olsen doing a fantastic job, just looking marvelous, honestly. I really love just the throwback to the classic Scarlet Witch costume. It definitely feels like this show is taking place either during Halloween time, or maybe that's just the reality she's decided to go ahead and put it in. But to get to not only see Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, but also Paul Bettany as Vision, sort of in their classic costumes, I thought was really fantastic throwbacks in here. We also get to see a little bit of the supporting character in Catherine Hahn, who's supposed to be playing sort of the nosy neighbor in here as well, getting to see a little bit of her role. I don't believe I saw Randall Park or Kat Dennings in here as of yet, so we'll see how they certainly fit into things. But I thought seeing Teyonah Parris was pretty cool. The idea that she's already sort of in this reality or in this particular situation and is being sort of pulled out of it. Love the afro, love just the costume designs that she's certainly rocking in there. And I am fascinated to see just how far Monica Rambeau has certainly come along, right? Like, is she an undercover agent for Sword or whoever this company is, right? Did she try and infiltrate them, and now they're trying to save her and pull her back out to kind of get intel onto maybe what's going on with Scarlet Witch here? Because like one of the shots that we see of Vision flying up into the air and kind of looking out at the landscape, it looks very much like they are in like a neighborhood, but it doesn't seem as though there's much on the outskirts, if you will. So I don't know if this is just a bubble that Wanda has sort of created inside, like a reality inside of this bubble, and people are trying to get in and figure out what's going on with her. Like, is she having a mental break this entire time? Does she know what's going on? Or is it a case of, she literally was stuck inside of a neighborhood, lifted off this entire neighborhood out of itself and transplanted it someplace else, you know what I mean, and created this dome around it, if you will. So I have no idea what's going on. I mean, sometimes when I watch this trailer, I literally had to watch this trailer a couple times because I think on first glance you can be left sort of scratching your head a little bit as to really what's going on. So I didn't feel as though they gave us too much information, but just from what you're able to see in the trailer, you can definitely tell that it's Scarlet Witch kind of creating a reality for herself. When you see difficult questions being asked about, what brought you guys into town, or whatever the case may be, them trying to clearly explain themselves, they can't, because they have no prior history as to how they certainly got there, right? And you can clearly see the everything moving in Scarlet Witch's head, trying to figure things out. out, and you can start seeing like the displacements of reality, her messing around with things, the color scheme certainly changing also. So she's definitely creating her own life inside of this bubble, and it'll be interesting if anybody is certainly going to bring her down. Maybe it's Vision, who in this trailer seemingly is kind of starting to pick up that things maybe aren't as they certainly expected them to be, right? Like there's a scene where he even meets up with the neighbor in her car and kind of wakes her up, and she's like, oh my god, am I dead? And he's like, no, why would you think that? He says, well, because you're dead, right? Like for me, it'll be interesting if it's Vision that starts really putting the pieces together, that things just are not right here, and that maybe Wanda has kind of gone off the brink or gone off the edge, if you will. So I from what I saw in here, guys, I'm super excited. Again, I was already anticipating things. I'm kind of hoping that we do get ourselves another trailer before this winds up dropping, something that kind of elaborates a little bit more. But I can understand if Kevin Feige and the rest of Marvel are trying to be just a little bit hush-hush, because I do think that this WandaVision series is going to be super impactful on the MCU going further, and we'll see where it takes the Scarlet Witch character from there. Because if you recall, I believe Scarlet Witch is also going to be playing a significant role in the Doctor Strange movie as well, guys. So this series is going to have big implications. So even if it's a series that maybe you weren't that highly anticipating, I think it's definitely an important series to still watch, just based off of what's certainly going to happen in here. Is Wanda, are we finally going to see the kids to Wanda and Vision? The reality creating kids, if you will, that Wanda winds up sort of putting together. Is this going to lead to Wanda creating mutants? Who certainly knows, guys? I have no idea, but I can tell you right now, the trailer certainly got me excited, and I'm really, really eager to see what everybody certainly brings to the table. So I hope it does well, guys. But again, these are just my A+ opinions. At the end of the day, though, I certainly want to go ahead and know yours. So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section box below. And if anything, we'll probably talk a little bit further about this, kind of get the perspective of Stuart as to his thoughts on the WandaVision trailer, and maybe break this down even further as we continue to get more information about this season. So we'll definitely talk about it this upcoming Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Time live, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely go ahead and join us for that. But other than that, guys, that'll do it for me here today. So let me know your thoughts on the WandaVision trailer, your anticipation for the series in the comment section box below. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do me a big favor. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and of course, keep it A+. I'll talk to you later. Bye.